Hello, Casper here. So, a couple of things before I'm about to kick off episode 6. I've noticed that the more videos I put up, the fewer likes I get. I don't necessarily mind that I don't get any likes. It would be nice to have likes. It's just something I've noticed, and perhaps it's got something to do with the my videos have been a little bit grindy. I will of course try and do everything what I can to, I think from now on, keep the videos a bit shorter. I know that I also have changed a lot around with the rules, but I'm still learning, and I think it's sort of a learning curve until I get more familiar with the rules of OD&D. And when you say OD&D, you maybe have to also say chainmail. However, I have been thinking a lot about how to actually also make these videos more streamlined, or in a way more streamlined. This is Bandit Keep's man versus man tables from Chainmail. He has a hack of it, but this is more or less, I think this is the same, the man-to-man combat tables. And I've been having a bit of issues on what to do about fights that, and I've said that in an earlier video also, that these monsters that can't parry, and I also think that maybe it's too detaily to my taste. So I thought, why not go and simplify this in a way? So I've tried to do that. I've come up with, I hope you can see it, this little table here. So, and this really simplifies things a lot. And as you can see at the top row, we have armor class, and they are troop type. So that is 9 to 7 light foot, and 6 to 4 heavy foot, and 3 to 2 armored foot. And then I thought, because on this one you have all these very detailed weapon classes, so I thought, why not put them into the same category as we do in troop versus troop? Like you have light, you can attack as light foot, attack as heavy foot, and you can attack as armored foot. So I instead called those light foot, heavy weapons, no sorry, light weapons, heavy weapons, and armored weapons. So we have these three classes up against each other. And what I did was that I took, because there are sort of 12 entries here, I took and categorized them into chunks of 3, but 3 chunks here, here, and here. So, and then I sort of also, I started by calculating the average of all the different target numbers here in under Lightfoot, and then I sort of calculated the average, and I had to go, sometimes I had to go a bit down some. It more or less fits this table actually, so you can see the logic behind it. So we have light foot versus light foot is you need an 8 or more to hit, and then light foot versus heavy foot you need a 9 plus, and light foot versus armored foot you need 10 plus. So that is when you use daggers, hand axes, maces, and swords. So they are in the light foot category. And then we have the heavy weapons, which are battle axes, morning stars, flails, and spears. And you attacking, if you're attacking a light foot, you need 7 or more. Attacking again heavy versus heavy, it's 8 plus, and heavy weapons or heavy foot versus armored foot, you need a 9+. So you can see the logic of it here. Then we have armored foot versus light foot, which is 6. You need a 6 or more. And then against armored foot against heavy foot, you need 7 or more, and armored foot against armored foot would be 8. So that is the table we are we are going to use when we fight. And then I have one more idea. I thought that why not let shields, you can use your attack to block instead, because in this system you get more and more actions / attacks. So I thought instead of an attack, you can forfeit an attack and do a block instead. And what you essentially do is that you roll a die, a hit die, to see how much you block. So you don't necessarily block all damage away. So that is the idea, at least I think we're going with, or I have settled on. And we shall still remember that we have this little mini saving throw if you wear a helmet, that if I roll 1 on a 10-sided, we don't take any damage if you're wearing a helmet. But crits are if you roll boxcast 12, and helmet can still neglect that if you wish, but then your helmet will get smashed. So that's that. I think I like those rules, so we're going to try them out now here in episode 6. So be right back. So a couple of mini disclaimers. I have given the party members XP from the treasure they found here. That means that because Ramin, Eerie Eyes, was so close to leveling that he actually, or she, sorry, has now leveled, although she hasn't, because she's still in the dungeon. And I think Anel has actually also leveled, but again she hasn't, because we haven't gotten up of the dungeon yet. This means that we have 2 level 2 fighters and 2 level 2 clerics. And if we manage to get up and out and rest, we will also have 2 level 2 magic users. So that is nice. What I'm hoping to find is a lot of treasure, because it costs a lot of gold to study spells or research spells. So that is what we are hoping for. We are looking for treasure. I lost the notes of it, so I think I got experience points right. And I also lost the map, but so I had to look at the video to redraw it, but I don't know where the hell I put it. Anyways, I've redrawn it and we're good to go, and I think we should just start. So they are in this room. What do they choose to do? Oh yeah, one little thing I forgot. I am also going to use, let me get it up for you, for a couple of things. I have, as I always do, been looking into finding solo play resources that are sort of adjacent with OD&D, and then I remembered that I had the let me see if I can get it up here. Solus rules by Chaoclypse. I'm a great or huge fan of Chaoclypse, so I would love to use these this resource here. Let's scroll up so you can see it. It's called Solus, an OD&D solo supplement by Chaoclypse. So we're going to use that for room content, but for room content from now on, we are also going to roll, because there's no stairs on this generator. Weirdly enough, I think there are in the other tables, but in the room content thingy table, there aren't. And we sort of need that. That means that I will in each room also roll a 20-sided, and if I roll a 1, because that corresponds to the other generator I have, if I roll a 1, there are stairs in the room. Okay, I think that's it. Now we can start. So, which way does the party want to go? Back out the door or in through this door? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They want to take this door, and the demi-humans walk up to listen at the door. No, none of them can't hear anything, all the humans, and this is just, you're just quickly listening. No, we couldn't hear anything. We are quite sure there isn't anything. So I need to find out what's behind this door here. Passage, 45 degrees left. So, can we get this door up? The humans, they are quite sure they didn't hear anything, so they're going to... I need a die. Where is it? Oopsie daisy. Here we go. Yep. They get it up. No problemo. I'm going to say that maybe a little less than half a turn has passed. Doesn't really matter that much. So, up here. Ooh, we find a chamber. Nice. The chamber is 20 by 20. Let's say it's here. How many exits do we have? There's only one exit. Where is this exit? It's on the left wall, so over here. 1, 2, 3. So it's here. And the exit direction, right, 45 degrees. Okay. We have a theme here. Okie dokie. So this is room number 3. What do we have in here? So I am going to, as I said, be using Chaoclypses. I'm rolling a 20-sided along a 2d6. No stairs, but we have 6, sorry. It's empty. There's nothing in here. So drawing all that, yeah, looking around this tiny room takes a full turn together with all that other stuff. So we're walking further up here. And at the end of the corridor we find the corridor turns table 24. Left 90 degrees. So the question is that if that is from our vision, because we're turning the map, then it is like this. I just had to leave the table for a bit because my girlfriend came home, and I honestly lost track of where we are right now. But other than we are here. Oh yeah, the question was whether the if it was 90 degrees from here or through the eyes of the adventurer, because if it's through the eyes of the adventurers, it's this way, right? 90 degrees. That's out in the open. Let's say it's here. Like that. Searching the room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can go 120. So let's see. Going to roll again. On the general table. Ooh, we find another chamber. Chamber is... Ooh, it's a big one. 50 by 40. So let's say that it's here. So it's 5 this way and 4 up here. This is a huge chamber. Like that. How many exits? 2 exits, and the exits are same wall. I'm going to say that that's here then, and opposite wall. Let's roll a 10-sided and divide it. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's here. Yeah. Okay, we're going off the grid. Okay, never mind that. Room content. Oh, exit directions first. The first one is straight. So 3 squares down, and the other one is also straight. It goes up into the here, up into the title. Okay, so the content, we're going to find the content in. We're going to roll a 20-sided and 2d6. 9 and no stairs. 9 is trap. Okay. Let's go down to the trap entries. Okie dokie. Charm trap. You know what? I think I'm going to roll on one of the more vanilla ones in this one, in Grey Harp. One sec, I'm going to look it up. I'm just going to roll on traps on the Osric one. Spring darts. Okay, so you know what? I'm of course going to say that it's right here as we enter. There is a little trap here. It doesn't say how much damage, but I'm guessing, you know, 1d6. So, first of all, it springs on a 1 and 2, and marching order is the 2 fighting men, and then Debbo, and then so forth. So let's roll to see if... Oh yeah, I think Chaoclypse already actually had a rule on... Let's see, where is it? On whether traps are detected. Kind of like that idea. Where is it? Perhaps here. Player characters have a 1 in 6 chance each of noticing a trap. This can be modified via wisdom or background, blah blah blah. There is always at least 1 in 6 chance of notice. When triggering a trap, there's a 2 in 6 chance for it to be triggered. After going through a trapped area, player characters will be aware of the trap regardless whether it triggered. Oh, okay. Okay. So, first let's take Hanzo. Does he... No, he does not. Does the trap spring? It does not. Next character walks in. That is Debbo. Does not notice it. Although, let's see, he's a dwarf after all. So 1 sec. It just says that dwarves notice them. So I don't know. Does he simply notice it? Seems a bit weird. 50% chance perhaps. 1, 2, 3, he notices. He notices. So he's saying, oh, beware people, there is a trap here, and the rest of the party walks in. So I'm guessing this room is simply empty. We are not going to walk out here into the unknown. So let's say another turn went by and we roll to see if there's a wandering monster. There's not. We go down here. And what do we find? Oh, never mind that, because we roll wandering monsters. There's a chance of this generator to find a wandering monster, but never mind that. There's a chamber. We're quite lucky with the rooms. Let's just try and find something in them. 30 by 30, so that's an easy one. Number of exits. 4. No, none. But chance of a secret. So I'm going secret one passage. So I'm going to say dum dum dum. It's more likely that it's here, so I'm going to say it's over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's a secret passage down here. Or secret door, I should say. Does the elf notice it? Oh, let's roll that now, actually, because we don't know what's in the room yet. He does, actually. Anyways, what is the contents of this room? So 2d6 and a 20-sided. $11, no stairs. Trap plus treasure. Okay, again, let's see. Trap. Yeah. Let's roll on the one on treasure container. It's in sacks, and treasure is trapdoor opening in front of the container. So I'm going to say that these sacks are here. I'm going to draw a sack. Wow. And a trapdoor here. T. This is room 4 and 5. So room 4 is T is for trap. Spring, what was it? Spring darts. And room 5 is also trapped, and that is a trapdoor. So, does the dwarf notice it? You know what? I'm going to say it's a bit like the elf, so if he can simply find it on a 1 and 2, And if he rolls 1 to 4 when searching, he will find the trap. So that is how I'm going to do it from now on. So it's sort of a similar mechanic. He does not notice it. We are, after all, searching the room each time. So let's see. He finds it. So he sees that there is a trapdoor in front of. So we are going around. And let's roll this treasure. So treasure here in the second level of the dungeon, they're simply just lying around and we don't meet anything. It's a walk in the park, right? But let's see about that. The treasure. So I am going to roll to see how much silver there is first. There are 400 silver pieces and 50% chance of gold. 1, 2, 3, we have gold. Map, no gold. So, how many rolls do we get on gems? We get 2 rolls. So basically, if I roll a 1 on a 10-sided, we will find a gem. A 1. Wait, whoa! We found a gem. I'm going to notice that 1 gem. No. So 1 gem. Is there a magic item? That is a roll of 1 on a 20-sided die. That is... No. Sadly not. But a gem. So let's see about that. Oh, I see that we actually find more silver because we're actually going to roll a 12-sided and multiply by 100. So, hang on. Maybe we don't find more, but let's at least see. That's 9. That is 900 silver. That is more. That is great. So perfect. But how? What are these gems worth? One sec, I need to look into that. Oh wow, let me get this up for you so we can actually see that we can actually score big time here if we are lucky. If I can get the PDF to work. It's rather... I don't know what's going on with the PDF. Wow. Okay, never mind. I'm going to close this down again, but I will guide you along what we do here. So what we do, first off, we roll the category, or we roll to see how much the value of this gem, and we do that by rolling percentage die. So that is rather good actually. So this gem is, to begin with, we don't know yet, is worth 500 gold, but I roll again for each gem. There's 1 gem. And if I roll a, let's see here, roll a 6-sided die for every gem. Each roll of 1 indicates the gem is of the next higher category. Okay, so we can increase the value if we roll a 1. Interesting. No! Anyways, 500 GP gem is insane, right? So, that's quite a treasure. That's almost 600 experience points for a level 1. But we don't calculate it yet because we are still in the dungeon. I'm just making a note of it. And let's try and listen at the secret door here. I think that took a turn, so we take a break on the 6th turn, and we going to look for the spend a turn looking for the mechanism. Oh, and we need to roll here on the 6th turn. We needed to roll for wandering monsters. No wandering monsters. It's on a 6. Okay. So we listen here at the door. Let's have the demi-humans listen. Yes, we hear something, if there is something. Let's try. Let's just look at what's behind the door. There's a room. The room is 20 by 20. So, number of exits. 1 exit. Where is that exit? It's here, so I'm more likely to say that it's here, and it was a room. Okay, so room content. Again, we are using Chaoclypse's Solus document. we are simply walking in luck. There are no stairs though, but we find a treasure. We simply find a treasure. I'm going to name this level here the treasure level. What on earth is going on here? So, okay, 50% chance that the treasure is guarded. So let's see, treasure container. It's in coffers. So I bet small boxes here. And this is room number 6. 50% chance. So 1, 2, 3. Are these guarded by treasure or traps? Oh, sorry, by traps or tricks, I should say. No, they are not. Okay, so they're just lying about out in the open. Perfect. Wow, I'm getting rich here. Let me see, where did it go? Here we go. So, how many silver pieces is there in this treasure? Wow, 1100. That's crazy. I'm just walking around in treasure. Crazy. Room number 5. It was in room 5. This is room 6. 1100 silver pieces in coffers. Is there more? Are we so lucky we find gold as well? Yeah, we do. Oh. You know what? I should actually. I've seen this now. As far as I can read, I should also roll gold with the 12-sided on level 2. That is crazy. I mean, we can roll low. We did not. Oh my god. So 1200 GP. Is this really real? That is insane. So, okay, how many times can we roll on gems? 1 time. Okay, that's not so good then. That was the wrong die. No, no gems. What about magic item? No. But holy smokes, we hit jackpot. Okay. So I think we're going to listen at this door up here. Let's have the demi-humans listen first. Yes. What is behind that door? This is just getting silly. There's a room. 30 by 30. So I'm going to say it's here. Fits in nicely here. Number of exits. 1 exit. Where is this exit? No, it says same wall. Opposite wall. It's in the middle. And let's roll room content. Four. Monster and treasure. Okay. So this is room 7. Room 7. Monster. I'm just making a note here. Plus treasure. Okay, so first off, what is the monster? We are at level 2. So let's see. At level 2. That is table 2. That is okay, manageable. We are rolling a ten-sided. Conjurers in plural. So isn't that spellcasters level something? Let me just check that. Yeah, that is a level 3 magic user. He has 2 hit die. Okay, that is sort of bad because that means that it says conjurers. I'm going to roll. That is insane, actually. So it's a hit die 3 magic user, which means that he has 3 level 1 spells and 1 level 2 spell, and he has 2 actions. That means he can fire off 2 spells. And conjurers plural. I think if a party of 3, I think it's too weird if there are 3. It says in the rules that then there's 1. And we are 6, so we double up, sort of. So there are 2 conjurers, I guess. But that is the same as if they win initiative, they can potentially cast 4 spells on us. So we really hope that these are some friendly conjurers, magic users, that we can talk with, and not some chaotic, evil types. So, one sec, one sec. Okay, I just had to take a small break, drinking break, and yeah. And I thought about one thing, because I think we are, with all this treasure, of course, that we need to get out as well, but I think I need to look at our map, not to get greedy or anything, but we could also plan our future a little bit, and go and investigate one of these lairs here. And let me have a look at the map, actually. I will get back to the fight after, but I just need to check this. So we have the entries over here, and here I have the map. So I cannot remember all of them or what I've drawn, so let's see. I think there's one here. So that is 2 hexes away, and that is what? 17. Lair of the Hydra. No, thank you. Nope, that one doesn't seem possible. What is number 18? Lair of the Ogres. That could be a thing, actually. They are tough. They are 4 hit die creatures. That could be a thing. There's also Wizard's Towers. Maybe that's... what is this one? Number 9. I think that's a dungeon. Yeah, dungeon. The Crumbling Tombs. There's another dungeon here in 10, right? It's actually a mine. It could be like a smaller dungeon. Or bigger, I don't know. What do we have here in number 11? That's a dungeon. The Black Tunnels. Another Wizard's Tower. Then we have a... What about all the way down here in 28? That's also a dungeon. Let's underline the layers. I think that would be a good idea. Just run through this, actually. I promise this will go fast. Oh, Lair of Goblins. Ooh. That sounds manageable. Number 15. I'm tempted to look at what there is in a goblin lair. One sec. Ooh, let me read this to you. It's not the greatest treasure place, but it could be exciting. So here, there's 1 to 6 gold pieces per goblin. There are 40 to 450% in their lair. They have composition of force. When in their lair, the Goblin King will be found. He will fight as an hobgoblin in all respects. He will be surrounded by a body of from what 5 to 30. Roll 5 6-sided dice. Guards as hobgoblins also. Okay, that is interesting. Let me note that actually. Then we have Lair of the Hydra, Lair of the Ogres. Lair of the Hydra, I'm going to underline that. Lair of Ogres. Ogres have great treasure, but it might be too difficult. Don't we have any other lairs? Ooh, Lair of Frogmen in number 30. Where is that? That is down here. Yeah, those are the 4 lairs we have. We don't know about this, the outer perimeters yet. There could be lairs there, but Lair of the Hydra, that is pretty insane. We cannot go there. Ooh, there's actually another lair I did not notice. Lair of Dwarves in 24. Over here. Okay, and also when we get in higher levels we can go to other dungeons, but I mean it's sort of doesn't really matter, I mean in a sense. So we have, let's see, 5 known lairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lairs. Let me just quickly, before I go on, just pause the video and look up the ogre lair, how that looks. Oh, that's ogres. There are number encountered 3 to 18, and 30% are in lair. They are a bit tough, but each ogre outside the lair carries from 1 to 600 gold pieces. That is outside the lair. In the lair, I don't know what's in the lair, but it says treasure type 1000 DP plus C, and as far as I remember, that's quite good. So that could be a hefty treasure actually. Anyways, I think we should go back to the encounter with the 2 conjurers in room 7. I think this will perhaps be, if we get in a fight, the last thing we do this time around. Is it a bit dark here on the video? It's better. So, first off, if they are in a treasure room, that tells me that perhaps that they sort of want the treasure. Perhaps they haven't noticed it. Could be hidden. We don't know. I'm going to say it's a 50-50 chance. Not 50-50. Like they are lawful on a 1 and 2. And neutral on a 3 and 4. And chaotic on a 5 and 6. So. Neutral. Okay, so I'm going to roll a... where is that again? I'm looking for the reaction roll table. Okay, here it is. Let's see. Oh, first off, are we or they surprised? I cannot oh, we haven't actually gotten into the room. Did we even listen at the door? Yeah, we did. We did listen. And we heard something, so we heard them. So I really hope we can get in through this door on our first attempt. So I need a 1 and 2. Yes, thank you. Okay, so we can sort of plan this. We don't spill brain deadly into the room. We sort of have a advantage. So we can actually, I'm going to say that we surprised them, didn't we? Yeah, I'm going to say that because we got the door up in the first attempt. So first off, they were neutral. Okay. Should I roll to see if they are surprised? I don't know. Surprised on a 1 and 2. Whoops, they are surprised. So, that is fair, I guess. If they would like to sort of are aggressive and attack us, I'm going to say that I'm going to roll the spells then. I'm not going to bother rolling spells now. So let's have the reaction roll. That is actually negative reaction. Intelligent monsters, so yeah, that is a really good question. What happens here? I'm going to say that a negative reaction here is a negative reaction. So I think they are going to attack us. So that means we need to roll their spells. I'm going to do that off camera. So I rolled their spells completely randomly, and their hit points. The weakest of the two conjurers can cast Read Magic, Light, and Hold Portal, and his level 2 spell is Wizard's Lock. The more buff wizard or magic user can cast Charm Person, Hold Portal, Detect Magic, and has the Knock spell. So they fight as 2 men, and we are so they fight as 2 men, and they are Lightfoot. They both attack as Lightfoot and defend as Lightfoot. So okay. There's, I don't know where exactly they are, but I'm going to say that because of the surprise we can reach them, and this is really crucial because when you get close up to spellcasters or magic users, they cannot cast spells. So that is really important. It's not that they have any that crucial spells. They luckily don't have sleep, any one of them. But I guess they, I don't know. Yeah, never mind that. Okay, so we are up in their face, and we are going to attack them. Simple as that. I'm going to get my table up here whilst we fight, so we can look at it while fighting. Yeah. So let's see. Initiative. So this is now I've moved away from the standard what attacks first thingy. You know what? We can keep that with. We can still have that sort of. So that long weapons, that is armored weapons, will attack first. And one thing I need to mention also is that these rules also apply for ranged. So we have from the light missile weapons to heavy missile weapons. And slings and light crossbow are going to be light foot weapons, and short bows and long bows are going to be heavy weapons. And I've decided also that armored missile will be heavy crossbow and an arbalest. So I'm going to categorize it that way. Javelin, of course, is also, and whatever. So we are going to go full melee on them. We're going to save on our spells here. Let's have Hanzo first. And I can draw it perhaps. We have the 2 fighting men and the 2 conjurers here. And we have the 2 clerics on each side, and then our spellcasters at the back. So they run up and attack them. So Hanzo, if we look at this, his weapon is he attack as heavy footman, or heavy footman, or heavy foot, because he has a spear. And they are light foot, so he needs a 7 to hit them. With my new rules here. He hits. And this is his first attack. Doing 1 damage to who of them? Let's see. The left one here. So let's say that he's the one with 9. So 1 damage to this one. So he's down to 8. And with his second attack, his first attack was with +1. Yeah. So that was to hit. Never mind that. So his second attack is just a straight up. Yes, he hits, and he does 3 damage. So this guy is down to 5. And then it's the next. It's one of it's the 2 clerics, because they both have flails and they are also heavy weapons, and they also need a 7 to hit. So let's say it's Lagior first. He hits. And he does, 2 damage. So he's down to 3. That is not what I've hoped for. I'm rolling too low. So let's see. Now it's Debbo. On the buffed one, she is also attacking as heavy foot versus light foot. That's a hit. 2 damage. So he's down to 12, and then it's Sobo. Who is he going to attack? Do we want to kill that one? We don't know what spells he has, I mean. So let's see. Yeah, he's just going to attack. Let me just roll randomly, actually. He's actually going to attack the buff one. He has a Lightfoot and attack a Lightfoot. So he needs an 8+. He misses his first attack, even though he gets a bonus. He also misses the next one. So, that wasn't what I've hoped for, really. You know what? We are going to cast... I'm going to say... yeah, I did say this is the surprise round. They're going to prepare spells. Our two magic users. They both have sleep. So... I guess it's initiative now. Oh, they won initiative, but according to the rules, they can't really move and cast. So there's, and according to the rules also, they can't roll morale rolls yet, so they're just simply sort of locked in with us. So I guess they're simply attacking. They attack as Lightfoot, and all our men are heavy foot except Debbo, who is actually armored foot. So it's Lightfoot versus heavy foot, and that's a 7. Lightfoot versus heavy foot. That is actually a 9+. So let's see. He's attacking that one. Let's see. 7. Nope. His second attack is also against Lagior. Nope, he misses. The other one attacks, who shall we say, either either, yeah, she's going to attack somebody who makes sense to attack, and it's actually the one in heavy foot. So it's 9. It's Sobo. It's going to attack with its dagger. Misses. And misses. Okay, so now it's our turn again. Because we prepared spells, the spells actually go off. And just to cut it short, I'm going to say that Ramin, the Eerie-Eyed, casts Sleep on those two. I don't even have to roll it. They just drop to the floor and we slit their throats. Okay. So these were level 3, so that's 600 XP. The base XP, I should say. And then we also had treasure. Let me remove that again. So let's roll it. We are on the 2nd level of the dungeon. Meaning, where the heck? Here we go. So, first off, 12-sided die. Wow, 900 silver pieces. And, whoa, is there any gold? No, sadly not. Are there any gems? We get to roll 3 times. And there's a gem if I roll a 1. Nope. 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 No gems. Is there a magic item? Makes sense that there was, because we're fighting. No. Holy moly! Ah! Magic item! The first magic item! Oh my god, oh my god. Ooh, my nerves. Okay, so we are going to roll a magic item, and that is actually maps and magic items. So we are rolling a percentage die. If we roll over 75, we will get a map. But maps are quite cool, with even more treasure. So let's roll it. Roll it, roll it. Actually, we would really like a map. $50, so it's just a magic item. We are at the end of our quest here. So we're going to roll on the able to see what sort of item it is. We want to actually, it could be really cool to get a magic sword, but let's see. 50 again. I'm sad now. I just rolled a scroll and none of us have read magic. I'm really sad now. I was so excited. Scrolls. That is sort of underwhelming, isn't it? What can we do? Where are the scrolls? Potions, 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 blah blah blah. Cursed scrolls. What? Is that a thing I can... What? Scrolls? Why are cursed scrolls getting an entry before scrolls? That is confusing. Oh, scrolls, here we go. A read magic spell is the means by which the incarnation on an item or scroll are read. Yeah, we don't have that. Without such a spell or similar device, scrolls are read. What? Without such spell or similar device, magic is unintelligible to even magic users. Blah blah blah. All protection spells can be used by any characters who is able to read. Scroll spells of the 6 levels, unless necessarily higher, in which case... What? One-time spell only. To determine what spells are on scroll... to determine what spells are on scroll of 1 to 7 spells, simply roll 1 6-sided die for each spell they're on. The number rolled being the level of the spell. Blah blah blah. I don't get it. So, what? Even if there's more spells on the scroll, it goes up in flame if we cast it? What? What? There's a 25% chance that any scroll of spells found will contain those usable by clerics. Burp? Oh. Oh dear. That is really underwhelming. Anyways, let's try and do it. 57. You know what? I rolled a cursed scroll. What does that mean? The referee must take extreme care in handling all scrolls with an eye towards duping in the players when a cursed scroll is found. The curse takes effect immediately upon reading the scroll. Therefore, having non-cursed scroll... What? Therefore, having non-cursed scroll disappears on occasion is not identified. If not identified, will help to force reading of cursed scrolls. What? To determine the type of the curse, use the table below. I am so close to rolling another item. I know this is just, I mean, it's not even funny because we know I know it's cursed. I mean, why would they ever spend money on getting identified, right? I can roll transportation to another planet. I love it. We could give it to somebody else. Maybe this is actually precisely the item our halfling Gilda is after. Something that can transport her business partner to another planet. Ah, Jesus Christ. Any monster on the referee's choice. What? What? So I sort of summon a monster? You know what, you know what, I'm going to roll another one. That is, or am I? You know what, I'm going to roll another one to see just what it is. $62 armor. Ooh. I could also just not roll another scroll and... No, yeah, and then a curse scroll, of course, but I don't know. Where the heck did the armor thingy go? Oh, here we go. Armor proper subtracts its bonus from the hit dice of the opponents of its wearer. If the shield bonus is greater than that of the armor, there is 1/3 chance that the blow will be caught by the shield, thus giving the additional subtraction. What? Okay, whatever. I'm rolling. Armor +1. You know what? Fuck it. We are going to take the curse scroll. And it's a, as I understand it, it's a summon monster? It's quite difficult to understand actually what the text is. The curse takes effect immediately upon reading the scroll. Therefore, having non-cursed scroll disappear on occasion, if not identified, will help to force the reading of cursed scrolls. Okay, what? To determine the type of curse, use the table below. Range is 3 feet diameter. What? Thousand miles in a random direction. Okay. So a sort of monster appears. You know what? I'm going to... what am I going to do? I'm going to let it roll to see what monster it is that we sort of summon. How should we do that? We are at level 2 of the dungeon, so let's actually do it like that. So boring. The worst scroll ever. I can't almost believe it. So... What the fuck? Okay, we are definitely going to give this to Gilda, and so our quest is over. Orcs. So what, does it summon D6 orcs? I don't know. It's pretty silly. Anyways, I think I will have to stop quite soon because I think I recorded kind of to where the limit is. But we haven't found a way out. So I guess that's the plan, to find a way out. Let's say that all that stuff in here took a turn, we sort of rest up afterwards. Quite some treasure we found. We are getting a lot of XP here. Yeah. So, and we are only, let's see, still 3 hours till the elevator works. Huh. Guess we have to stop here for today. It's been fun, I think. But yeah. Until next time, bye bye.